All right, good morning. We have made it to southern Missouri. Woo! We have arrived at our permanent home base. Yes, that's right. I am not moving again. That was a long 2.5 days just to get here. I tried to sell a lot of stuff. I did sell some stuff. I gave away a whole carload of stuff. And as you may have tried to sell things online, it's like a full-time job just to try to sell things. Coordinating times, answering emails, is it available, is it available, and it took so much work just to get rid of stuff towards the end. It was still a good amount to move because I have a lot of house plants. They were mainly in the bus where they could be flat, and some of them are pretty tall. And we had the chickens in a dog crate, and they were also in the bus. I had the 2 cats, and I had Shiva with me, and because it was air conditioning, and she tends to get overheated. But we did it. We've made it here, and now another round of work has to be started. So for the last 3.5 years, I've been living in New Mexico, and my daughter Adele has already been relocated here. She is in high school here. All right, so I mentioned in the last video that my son, wife, and the baby have been staying here since I've been in New Mexico, kind of taking care of the place, but they didn't need a garden. They didn't use a lot of the things. So almost everything needs to be refurbished, revamped, restarted. And I'm going to be doing a series of videos where it's basically like you're taking abandoned land or raw land and you got to start everything from scratch, your gardens, your chicken house. Some of our things are already done here, but I would go through some of the things that I've done in the past and how I could save money to get your structures going by utilizing things that you may already have on the property. So first of all is we already had chickens. We had chickens in town. We moved them here. We have 5. And the chicken house here hadn't been used in years. So our first order of business was cleaning up the chicken house and getting that usable so the chickens are safe. So when we first moved here about 19 years ago, I didn't have a whole lot of money. How do you start a homestead? You have chickens and stuff. I'm going to show you my very first chicken coop on this piece of property. It is 19 years old, and I don't think it cost us anything to build. Maybe a little bit of, maybe some screws, maybe some nails. I'm not sure. But pretty much I can show you really quick how long this has lasted. We're not using it anymore. It's been sitting, but it is still in halfway decent condition. All right, this crazy building here is 19 years old. We built it with pretty much just leftover stuff. Refurbishing things. Let me just show you quick inside. All of the uprights are all from logs and wood that were cut off of the property. And then as you can see, this is like a vinyl tarp that we got free, and it's been on the outside forever. As it does have holes now, but like I said, this has been here 19 years. Maybe we had to buy some of this, but we probably refurbished it. You could see that there's reused pieces of wood. The tin was all reused. The wood was all reused. And like I said, a lot of the wood that holds it upright was, like, all the uprights are oak and were just off of the property. The tin was already here. It was on an old falling down shed. And yeah, I'm not going to use it right now for a chicken house because it's not secure anymore. But this is what we did when we first moved here. So then after this got not in the best condition, not as safe for the chickens, I did eventually upgrade after using this probably 15 years. Maybe not quite 15 years, but somewhere around there. Then I did buy a nicer chicken house, a shed, and that's what they're using nowadays, and that's what they're going to continue to use. So that's after I could afford a better chicken house, but this was how we could have one that was pretty much free. Just had to look for supplies. It takes time to look around and, yeah, dig through trash or something at job sites or weird conventions or factories where they let you, You know, they have a dump pile. I've dug through dump piles and found lots of stuff, but that's where that tarp came from, and it held up for a long time. This is the original picture of the shed back in 2005 when it was being built. And here's a picture of the sheds that were on the property that we tore down and repurposed the wood. This is going to be their current chicken house. It's been empty and not used for a number of years. So as you can see, there was pack rat debris in there that needed to be cleaned out. And we're going to have to do some improvements to get it safe and usable again for our chickens. Okay, so this is the current chicken house. It was relocated to a different place on the property, a little bit closer to the house to try to keep everybody safe. And I got this shed. I invested in a nice chicken house about 4 years ago, and they seem to really like it. We did some improvements now. We had to clean it up. We had pack rats and everything move into it because it hadn't been used in, I don't know, about 4 years, 5 years. But I decided to spend the money on a chicken house, and this should last decades. I shouldn't need to ever have another chicken house. The first one that lasted, I figured like 13 years before I stopped using it. It was free. I can invest in one that costs now. We did some upgrades since we've arrived. We've added a camera. We've added a little night light so they can see at night just a teeny bit. We added a window. I'm going to add some hardware cloth over that window. They do have a light in here that goes off later at night. They don't like the high boxes. They like their little low box. There's somebody in there messing around with their eggs right now. We improved the perches. And then outside we added a motion light, a solar motion light. The solar panels there on the side. That'll go on at night to kind of deter any critters. The pen already had fencing over the top. We also added the automatic door. Woo, and it is powered by solar. They seem to like it. And it is powered also by a solar panel up there. Had to put some new wood on the steps because this was actually all free wood that was reused already. Some of it was starting to rot. So that was our first order of business, is to get the chicken coop all set up and good for our chickens. They're producing eggs every day. That's so we can have eggs, we can bake, we can have bacon and eggs or pancakes, gluten-free pancakes, whatever it is. So that was pretty important. And next we are going to tackle our water system. That is really important on a homestead, whether you have a well or you have to truck in water or you have a spring. But again, we're going to kind of refurbish our water system. That's what we'll be doing next. All right, thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already.